Station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 23 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Robin, in high school, you remember learning about annuities? Do you remember that class you took called Annuities 101? Do you remember that at all?
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
No, I don't either.
Think I was that advanced.
I don't think any of us were. I think they forgot to teach us about this stuff.
Yeah, that was up to my folks.
Yeah,
I didn't need money.
I don't know if you're investing money and you know what an annuity is, but we're going to learn. It says here that sales of annuities in general have been very soft, barely better than flat overall, and sales of some types of annuities, such as variable annuities, have been down. It's true, despite the fact that baby boomers are, of course, retiring in record numbers. Part of the reason is because we haven't been educated about this, so we're going to learn about this right now. Josh. See, now I got his last name correct in my head, and I said his first name wrong. Josh Tschirgi is on the phone. He's a certified financial planner and a financial advisor at Somerset Wealth Strategies, and I believe Josh has been with us before. Am I right about that, Robin?
I think so, yes.
Okay, and we're going to talk about this right now. Fixed indexed annuities. Josh Tschirgi, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning, Larry. How are we this morning?
Good. Did you take this in high school?
Yeah, I can't say that I did. I ever had a course on annuities in high school, but we spend quite a bit of time concentrating on that asset class here at our firm, and happy to educate the listening public today.
It would have served us well to learn this subject, I think. I think if there are some things maybe we should learn, this is one of them. How to invest your money.
Exactly. No, I mean, it's important. It's one of many financial instruments that planners use, and it's certainly a great tool in the tool belt.
Where are you? Where are you calling from?
So we're here in Portland, Oregon. Somerset Wealth Strategies and Somerset Securities. We operate here in Portland, Oregon, and our office has been here for about 25 years. We're highly focused in annuity business.
Wow. And is there a way to explain what an annuity is, or do you just want to skip that and get onto it? And we got a little extra time right now. We had somebody who called in who couldn't be on, so we're not really that pressed. I know, unless you've got to run, but we originally had, I think, a 10-minute interview with you.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I have a half of hour scheduled for this. It was perfect.
Oh, good. Excellent. So tell me, explain what an annuity is, first of all, for somebody who doesn't know, like me.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of confusion in the marketplace specifically about annuities. There are over 16 different styles of annuities issued by over 15,000 different insurance carriers. Essentially what an annuity is, it's a contract between an individual or a couple with an insurance company that has some type of guaranteed benefit, whether it be a fixed set rate similar to a CD on a fixed annuity. They have fixed index style products, which is also a form of fixed annuities. Variable annuities, where you can actually invest your money into the market, get some of the advantages of positive market growth, while also having the ability to attach a rider that promises for a lifetime income, again, either on an individual basis or on a joint basis.
How long do you have to have held onto an annuity before you can benefit from it?
That's a great question. So a lot of these annuities, for example, on a fixed indexed annuity, you can buy it with a rider, what they call either a living benefit rider or a lifetime income rider. It's the same thing, and you can actually start taking income immediately if you want. Other clients that we work with, or other people in general, will use it as a tool to start taking income either 5 or 10 years down the road. They make an investment today. Here we are in June of 2016. They make an investment and plan to start taking income 5 or 10 years down the road in 2021 or 2026. while that annuity's cooking, that income benefit's growing.
And what is the typical contribution that somebody buying an annuity makes? Is it a monthly basis? They put money into it on a monthly basis?
I'd say about 95% of the people that our experience is that people will fund these things most often with a single premium, meaning a lump sum investment. And we're not seeing a lot of folks who are looking for ongoing premiums. We actually do see that more in life insurance than.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is the UK leaving the European Union, is that going to affect the annuities as it affects the stock market?
Yeah, what you see, the UK is going to affect annuity sales in that when the annuity business, as well as things like U.S. Treasuries, are considered a flight to quality or a flight to safety. So, to the extent that Brexit and Britain leaving the European Union affects annuities, is that if the stock market continues to sell off, people are going to be taking money out of the market and moving it to more safe, traditionally safe style investments, whether it be annuities or something backed by the U.S. government.
So the fixed indexed annuity, that's the one we want to focus on today. So let's say I had, how much would I have to buy one today? Like $50,000? Would that be typical or no?
Yeah, that would be that's an everyday premium size. I think you can get involved in one of these products with as little as $10,000 in a lot of cases.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should have bought a Volkswagen. See, if I bought a Volkswagen, I could have $10,000 coming back to me today.
That's right.
Exactly. You'd be all set.
Okay.
Retirement planning with Volkswagen.
Well, that's what they give there. That's what they say. They're giving people $10,000 for this.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can use the money, by the way, to fix it if you want, or just spend it any way you want. Hello, what do you think I'm going to do if I had that Volkswagen? All right, so I would spend it on a fixed indexed annuity, and then what? Give me some numbers so I would understand what that money's going to do.
Yeah, so let's just start with the definition of a fixed indexed annuity, and a fixed indexed annuity is somewhat similar to a fixed annuity or a CD style annuity in that the type of annuity that pays a stated interest rate similar to a CD for a specified period of time. The fundamental difference between a fixed indexed annuity and a fixed annuity is that in an indexed annuity, the investor's money is invested in one of the major market indices. So whether it be the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, or one of countless others, the money is going to go into the investment, and it is going to be tied to an index. In positive markets, you're going to make money as a result of an increase in that index. Now, the reason that the sales trends on these things are going robust is because in negative markets, because they're a fixed product, because they're not sold by prospectus, you can't lose money in bad markets or in periods of market declines. So when the markets go up, you make money as tied to the index, probably not as much money as the index, but when markets go down, you're not going to be subject to losses based on market decline.
So how does Somerset handle that? I mean, how's the company, do you take a loss? Is that what happens? Or does the time, if you give it enough time, it all works out in the end?
Well, the way we actually don't carry the contract, so we are an independent agent, independent set of advisors. We have a number of certified financial planners here, but it's actually the insurance company who's contracted directly with the consumer. So we are an independent advisor or broker of these products, and the insurance company and the consumer holds the contracts. What happens is when that insurance company receives the initial premium check for $50,000, they're investing about 80% of the money in U.S. Treasury bonds and about 20% of the money in options to to make sure that they are guaranteed to not lose money, but make some money on the upside.
And are they licensed the same as you would be as a Somerset Wealth? Are the insurance companies licensed for this type of transaction?
Yeah, it's what they do all day, every day. We work with all of them, all the major carriers. There are a number of very specific companies that actually specialize in indexed annuities, where they may not do other styles of annuities. But yeah, the insurance companies we work with in index style annuities are basically specialists in manufacturing these products.
And do they have to file with the SEC, or is that different?
Great question. Excellent question. Because this is still part of the fixed product lineup, meaning these things are not sold by prospectus. They're not a security. An insurance agent only needs simply their insurance license to sell these things. They don't need a Series 7. They don't need to be securities licensed. And so this is actually a product that is part of the fixed product line and is not subject to SEC oversight.
Oh, okay.
If you could stay with us, Josh, I would love to continue talking on the other side of the break, but we have to take a break. Are you okay with doing that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, excellent. We will be right back. We're going to continue our discussion with Josh Tschirgi. He's on the phone out in Oregon. I didn't know you got up so early to be with us. It's a 7:48 right now out there.
Yeah.
So thank you for getting it, bro.
We're just seeing the sun come over the hill here.
Oh, it's a beautiful day. Wait till you see it. You're going to love this one because it's looking beautiful over here. And we'll take a break and be right back. This fascinating stuff. But I should have bought a Volkswagen. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, periods of clouds and sunshine with a shower and thunderstorm or two around during the afternoon and evening hours. Today's high 89 to 93. Fair skies later tonight, low 72 to 76. More clouds and sun tomorrow with a couple of thunderstorms around, especially in the afternoon hours, high 89 to 93. Thursday, clouds and limited sun with a shower or thunderstorm, high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Cal Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
The 4th of July is almost here. I can't wait to enjoy time with the family.
And food.
The fireworks.
And food.
The patriotism.
Robin, you know I enjoy all that, but it wouldn't be a celebration without food, like the great food from Honey Baked Ham.
Hand-glazed hams and smoked or roasted turkey breasts, barbecue ribs, and pork roast, delicious sides and desserts.
Call 861-0011 or stop by at 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue behind Best Buy. Closed on the 4th, but open through Sunday, July 3rd.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Place the back of your hand on the ground. If you can't hold it for 5 seconds, it's too hot for your dog to walk on. Good skin bacteria can improve our appearance, apparently, and relieve conditions like acne and psoriasis. Women want men who are willing to open up and share themselves. So include some action photos that show off your passions. Shots of you hiking, playing piano, playing softball with your buddies.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, 9 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning. On the phone, out in Oregon, is Josh Tschirgi. He's a certified financial planner and a financial advisor at Somerset Wealth Strategies. And we're talking about annuities, fixed indexed annuities, I think is the primary focus in today's discussion. Although I'll be honest, I mean, I'm so in the dark about this. I've never invested anything other than my time in things. So I'm always fascinated by this. So one day, Robin, I'll get money back from buying a car that had bad emissions, and I'll have a lump sum that I can invest in something. So let me ask you something. So let's say I come in and sit with you, and then somebody else comes in after me and sits with you, and Robin comes in, and we're all different. Do you kind of get a sense of who we are and what our circumstances are before you recommend a product?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fundamental thing that people in our industry need to do is what's called KYC. It's know your client, and this doesn't mean only know your client financially. You want to understand who their children are, what their educational funding goals are for their kids, what their retirement planning goals are, when they'd like to start taking income from some of these annuities. I mean, there's a whole spectrum of things that, in order to do your job properly, you really have to know the ins and out of your client. So, these are products. These annuity products are products that are, there's the old adage in the industry that annuities are sold and not bought. While that is the case in a lot of scenarios, there are a lot of professionals out there that do a great job of using annuities from a clinical standpoint and applying them to the lives of their clients.
So bottom line numbers, if I have $50,000 and I put it into an annuity, and over the course of 30 years, I'm drawing an income from that, do I end up with more than $50,000 when it's all said and done?
There's a lot of different structures on that, Larry. Chances are if you buy an indexed annuity and receive income for 30 years, the account balance is going to end up being zero. The reason that fixed indexed annuities have become so popular is because they're one of only two annuities in the marketplace where you can buy that lifetime income rider, which what the guarantee is on that is that if you take income for 30 years, Larry, and your account balance goes all the way down to zero, and you get to a month and you realize, gosh, there's no money left in the account, the guaranteed lifetime income benefit is going to provide you, or potentially you and a spouse, with an income for the rest of your life, even if you draw your account down to zero.
Oh, wow. See, that's a selling point right there. Mm-hmm. All right, and we do have the phone ringing. Let me squeeze in some phone calls, and thank you for saying yes to our request to allow phone calls. Josh Tschirgi is our guest. If you have a question, the number is 622-9622. Well, let's take the first call, and we've got about 5 minutes left, just so you know. Good morning. You're on the air with Josh.
Good morning, Josh. Some annuities, basically, you're tying your money up for a specific length of time, and there are penalties if you take an early withdrawal. And the other thing that I'm curious about annuities is the interest rates. You're basically signing up for, say, a 5% interest rate. Now, if down the road the interest rates go up, you still got to leave your money in there for that contracted period of time until at such time the annuity matures before you can either roll it over to a new one or withdraw it. And some states have regulations on annuities. I think Florida has something like a FDIC for annuities if the company should go belly up or something. Anyway, if you could explain some of this stuff about annuities. I have them, and I still have one. And it matured, but I'm still getting 2% interest, which is a lot better than 1/10 of 1%. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
All right, great. Some great questions there.
Yeah, excellent questions from your listener here, Larry. I'll just take them point by point. So the first question was about the surrender schedule and having your money tied up. And what I'll comment there is, the indexed annuities have surrender schedules that vary in length, anywhere from 5 years to 16 years. If you go to take your money out early, prior to the end of the surrender schedule, you will take a haircut. And what that means is you'll just get a little bit less money than you would if you waited until the surrender schedule is over. Now, one feature of these index contracts is that most contracts, most every single contract, will allow you to take 10% out per year without penalty. It's called a 10% free withdrawal. What that does is it gives clients or consumers access to their money prior to the end of their surrender schedule. So they can get 10% out while the surrender schedule is going on. And then obviously once the surrender schedule is over, they can take all of their money and they're free to go and walk away with the money.
Josh, before we wrap it up, we've got about 2 minutes left. Can you give us contact information, websites, phone numbers if you want to give them out? Any way we can learn more about the different programs you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a great resource. We have a web resource. It's with the nation's leading information-based and education, unbiased education online tool. It's called annuityfyi.com, and you can learn all about annuities, just the mechanics of how all the various annuities work there. That website is unbiased and will just get you up to speed. I recommend that every investor, prior to purchasing an annuity, goes through the process of learning online for himself, self-educating, and then going and interviewing 2 or 3 different financial advisors, brokers, or planners, and make sure that these people are completely independent of all allegiance to any specific carrier. So www.annuityfyi, that's www.annuityfyi.com, and get a ton of free information on that site. I always advise that people act as their own best self-advocates, educate themselves before talking to a broker, so that they're empowered. You want to be an empowered consumer.
And is it a good idea for people here, if they want to use you as their broker at Somerset Wealth Strategies, that they can call you and they can conduct their business on the phone?
Yeah, we are still accepting new clients. We have clients in all of the 50 states. We do business across the country, primarily using screen sharing tools and the computer. And people call. We probably get 20 or 30 calls a day from new customers.
Oh, wow!
And they call our nationwide toll-free number, 800-813-4000. And we'd love to speak with anybody. And we don't look at it as a product. We kind of look at it as a process of opening a new relationship.
All right, Josh, thank you. We're out of time, but thank you for calling in so early. It's 8 o'clock, by the way, now in Oregon.
Yes.
We're sending the day your way. It's been a beautiful one. Enjoy it. and come back anytime. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh. That was good information. We'll be right back.
Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. A final report out from the Republican-led House Select Committee on Benghazi.
There were only 3 assets that ever made it to Benghazi. 2 unarmed drones and the team from Tripoli who deployed themselves.
That's Chairman Trey Gowdy on the report, which says,
despite clear orders from President Obama and Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta to send military assets, nobody was deployed. An anti-terror team sat on a plane in Spain for 3 hours and changed in and out of uniforms 4 times. Committee Democrats say Republicans are still withholding transcripts that contradict their conspiracy theories.
Fox Radio's Jared Halpern. IKEA is recalling 29 million chests and dressers after 6 children were killed when the furniture toppled over and fell on them. The company says they should be attached to a wall. And our economy grew at a slightly faster 1.1% in the first quarter. Fox News, we report. You decide.
A Napa guy knows not to judge a man by his car's multicolored paint job or absence of modern gadgetry. Who cares if it's technically old enough to vote and the windows are powered by the strength of your left arm? Your monthly payment is 0, and it'll stay that way. Because with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. She may not be pretty, but she's all yours. That's Napa know-how.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW for help getting free medication, if available and eligible. That's 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
It's time for Farm and Range headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The price of peanuts are going up. Matter of fact, the farmer stock contracts are now at a solid $400 per ton. Earlier in the year, they were $375. But because of the major buying of China and other major markets, the peanut shortage may be in the making. They said right now the price of peanuts for shelled items will go up from 46 cents a pound to 50 cents per pound on jumbo runners. Also on mediums, they will go to 49 cents per pound. They were at 46 cents per pound. And even for peanut butter, split peanuts are selling for 47 cents a pound. Brokers report that most of the shellers have pulled off the market until they get a better handle on the 2016 crop. Little or no buys are being done, and buyers will have to adjust to these higher levels if they plan to get supplies. But brokers are reporting because of the excess number of peanuts that have been shipped to China that supplies now are getting very tight.
Peanut growers, peanut pegging time is right around the corner. Is your crop ready to maximize its production this season? Pegging time is critical for growers who want the most production and the best peanuts at the market, and that means giving the plants what they need the most.
Tschirgi Curley's products are sulfur-based compounds designed for the liquid fertilizer market.
Tschirgi Curley's Southeastern sales representative Ed Lowndes says the TKI Crop Vitality product line has some unique characteristics, making active ingredients easier and quicker for the plants to absorb.
Our products are thiosulfate-based sulfur, which differ from a lot of other sulfurs in that they are soluble sulfur, and the compounds that we blend with them, calcium, potassium, or nitrogen, are all soluble compounds designed for the liquid fertilizer market.
Don't miss out at peanut pegging time. Be sure your crop gets what it needs when it needs it, and be certain it can then absorb what you apply. Ask your distributor about the Crop Vitality product line from Tschirgi Curley.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Need to sell your house?